Do you want to know how to deal with bad behavior in toddlers? Well, that's what we're talking about in this video. I'm Nicholeen Peck. I've raised 4 children of my own. I've also taken in treatment foster children, so I've had a lot of experience. And I know that if you start young with toddlers, then you can decrease those bad behaviors. So in this video, we're going to be sharing with you some key things that you can use to conquer those negative behavior in your toddlers. In this video, I'm going to share with you the definition of self-government because I am the self-government lady. I teach self-government all over the world, and we're going to be looking at this problem of misbehavior through the lens of self-government and how we can teach that to our toddlers. It is possible. And then after that, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that you can use to help your toddler overcome their misbehavior problems. So what is self-government? Self-government is being able to determine the cause and effect of any given situation and then possessing a knowledge of your own behaviors so that you can control them. So what does that mean for a toddler? And is it even possible for a toddler to learn self-government? Well, the answer is yes. Now, not entirely, because the prefrontal cortex of the brain is not fully developed until a person is between the ages of 18 and 25 years old. So it's going to take a while before they get to full self-government, but they can start on the journey as soon as they can say the word okay. So my children actually could do a very complex skill called disagreeing appropriately when they were 2 years old. And there are many people all over the world who have sent me videos of their children doing the skill disagreeing appropriately at those same very tiny toddler age 2, moments when you would think they can't even say that many words. So it is possible to teach your children some of these great skills for success, but the key thing is you've got to teach them ahead of time what they need, then teach them in an environment of cause and effect, and help them come to those same principles and skills again and again so that they see that they are true and they hold on to them. So when they are little, we start with a lot of teaching, and sometimes the teaching is even repetitive. We have to do some of it again and again because the prefrontal cortex is so small. So what do we do then to help our toddlers? Tip number 1 is teaching the children the skills. So it's so important that your children proactively learn some of the basic skills that they need for success. So these children's books that I've created each teach one of the 4 basic skills. The 4 basic skills are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, disagreeing appropriately, and accepting consequences. When a person learns these 4 basic skills, that takes care of 99% of their behavior problems. So that's huge if you can teach your children ahead of time what they need. And what toddler does not love a good story that rhymes with some beautiful pictures of children doing things the wrong way and then learning to do them the right way? Of course they do. Teach them the skills, teach them how you will correct the problems when they do not use the skills, and even role play practice some of those things so that they can definitely feel confident. The one thing we need to remember with our toddlers is they need a lot of opportunities to do things the right way. Otherwise, they will not put the right way into practice. Toddlers are very impulsive. So in order to stop that impulsiveness, you have to do a lot of training to counter it, which means you've got to go through these role play practices, do them in a play-like way many, many times. That's where the stories are going to help too, right? They're going to see other children going through the process of following instructions and accepting no answers so that they're not yelling no back at you, but they're saying okay or disagreeing appropriately and dropping the subject and keeping a calm face, voice, and body. All of these things that they actually can do if you take the time to train them again and again and don't get frustrated when it doesn't go right. So let's talk about what to do when it doesn't go right. Before I get to my next tips for you, which gets into how to correct the problems instead of the pre-teaching stuff, I'd like to know what's going on at your house. So in the comments below, tell me, how old is your toddler and what types of things are they having tantrums about? What do their behaviors look like? Because maybe if the behavior needs to be pointed toward another video after this one, I can know that by seeing where you're coming from. All right, so you've got a child, a toddler, and they are going out of control. They're whining, whatever. What do you do? Do you use timeout? Because that's what a lot of people do, is they use timeout for their toddlers. But timeout gives an interesting message to the toddler. The timeout seems to suggest that the child is not able to be with other people. They have to be excluded from life, or they have to be, cast aside until the people want to be with them again. There's a lot of emotion there. There's a lot of attachment issues that could occur because of that. So I'm not a big fan of timeout. I am a fan, however, of a calm down place. So number one, with my toddlers, I'm going to teach them how I will correct them, the words that I would use in a correction, and I'm going to give them the opportunity to earn a age-appropriate extra chore. I mean, for a toddler, it's going to be something like, for your extra chore, I need you to put your shoes by the door, or for your extra chore, I need you to help mommy put the crayons back in the bucket. It's going to be something very simple that they can help you do, but it's still going to teach them cause and effect. Now, in most circumstances, I'm going to be doing a correction and an extra chore, and then we will praise them for their successes and help them practice it the right way. But if a child has a chronic problem that is trending toward not being calm, then we're going to use a trigger spot called a calm down place. So a trigger spot is different than timeout because they're not there for any certain period of time. It is only a place to remind someone to get calm. That's all it's about. And after they are done getting calm, they still get to have a correction and earn an age-appropriate extra chore. So it is not a negative consequence at all. In fact, when I'm pre-teaching this to my children, I teach them that you don't even need to go there if you get calm on the way. So if my child is whining, I teach them ahead of time, pre-teaching. I say, all right, when you are whining, mommy will look at you and she will say, Porter, you're whining. We need to go to the calm down place. And I will gently take my child to the calm down place. And then I will tell the child, now we just need to take some deep breaths and get calm and say, okay, as soon as you're calm, mommy will come back and give you a big hug and a high five. And when I say come back, I'm not even leaving the area that much, because otherwise some of them run away from the calm down place and they don't use it to get calm, right? So we're going to be staying pretty close, and then I'm going to say, just say, okay, take some deep breaths, and I'm going to be right close by in the area. So then the child learns very quickly, even through the role plays. I can just say, Mommy, I'm calm on the way to the calm down place. And then I'm going to get praised and I don't even need to go to the calm down place. Then mommy's going to do a correction about how they should have handled the situation before because they didn't have a calm voice because they were whining. And then we will practice it the right way. They'll get the opportunity to earn an age-appropriate extra chore. So that's the way that I handle toddlers the majority of the time. So we've talked about how to help the child and correct some of those toddler problems and misbehaviors that we might find, but there is something special. In fact, it is vital at creating an environment where a child does have a change of heart and a change of behavior. And that vital component is you. Are you calm? Are you self-governing? Do you have the skills that you need? So one key thing that you can do is not take their misbehavior personally. So that means that you have to decide, nope, that's a child does that, they're not perfect, I'm gonna help them learn from this, and we're gonna practice it the right way. This is what a wise parent does. They accept it, which means they are accepting a no answer too. Sure, you wanted them to be perfect in that minute, but nope, they're not going to because they're a child and they're still learning all of the time. So don't take it personally. Choose to find some of your own calmness. That's going to make a big difference. If you think that you might need help with a little bit of your calmness, then I highly recommend the next video, which is the expectation trap versus the cycle for success. This video is actually a full class that I gave for free on the internet, which explains how we trap ourselves emotionally and how we can also prepare to be emotionally free and have better connections with our children even during the difficult moments of correction. So click on the link to the expectation trap versus the cycle for success now. I will see you there.